A friend of KBLX Nation. What's up, Maxwell?
How are you, Sterling?
Really well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just arrived today.
From?
From California.
Okay.
And we have a show tonight.
Yes.
I don't know when this airs.
It's going to air now.
Okay,
Yeah,
so,
not now, but now.
I have a show later today.
Yes.
So, of course, I had to stop by.
Mhm.
You know, you guys have been incredible supporters throughout the years. Patient
Yes.
and open-minded
Yes.
about allowing me to do what I do differently
Mhm.
a little bit every now and again. So I'm just happy to be here, see you again.
Thank you.
Clearly
Lovely
we're
to
both
see you.
rocking.
We got our Prince
We
gear
got our
on.
Prince gear on, and we didn't even call each other.
So you're rocking the Controversy Tour, 1981-82.
Yes.
And I am rocking the Dirty Mind album cover.
What does that say about us?
It says that we're connected. In fact, actually, last time you were here, when we sat down, it was right after Prince had passed away.
Yes.
And right after David Bowie had passed away. That was a bad year.
Yeah, it was a bad year. It's even a worse year this year, but for many other reasons.
True.
But I am optimistic.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We got us. I was giving away tickets earlier today to Kevin Hart. I'm like, with all the darkness this morning, can we just bring some laughter in?
Right.
Just bring some light in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I touch on some of the stuff that's going on. I mean, obviously, I'm enthusiastic about our recent elections. You know, they bode well for some sort of hope and some sort of unity, which I think is what our country needs, is a sense of togetherness. But, you know, it's still crazy out here.
It is.
And for those who are experiencing that, you know, my condolences to your families, especially with the shooting that just came up today. It just, every day there's something that's related to guns, and it's heartbreaking.
It is. And there's a lot of women who just took a lot of powerful seats around the nation.
In Texas,
Yeah.
absolutely, and various other places, and we're still waiting on some votes to come through. I mean, you know, when I talk to people about, you know, using their democratic or their constitutional rights, I'm not necessarily talking to just people that follow my beliefs.
Sure.
You know, it's everyone. And I don't tell them who to vote for. You know, you know, I know what I voted for. But at the end of the day, it's about using your voice, not being apathetic, not you know, staying away from the system because you don't believe it works, but really going out there. And I think that a lot of people did that for the midterms. You know, with a lot of help from various people like yourself who were telling people, go do what you got to do, take pride in the vote. You know, your vote is your voice. So we just have to push through and you know hope that all of this stops one day.
And still try to find ways to live life and enjoy life. You know, a lot of times when things get so dark and desolate, people almost feel guilty about shining.
Absolutely.
Or feel guilty about continuing with the pursuit of joy. And, you know, why with radio, and I was just watching Wendy Williams, she was talking about the shooting in California, in North Southern California, and she's like, now how do I go on and do my stupid little show, my silly little show? But these shows, you know, like my show right now, like your show this evening, this entire tour, it's important for people
to carry on.
To carry on.
Yeah, to just keep going on. Be aware of the negativity, but try to shine as much light.
And be respectful to those impacted.
Of course,
Absolutely.
There's no way you can't be. I mean, it just keeps happening over and over again. You know, even with the last administration, it would just be another one and another one and another one. It's just like, at what point do we just realize that, you know? Anyway,
You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about your show tonight and tomorrow night at the Paramount Theater in Oakland. And you have the lovely Marsha Ambrosius on this full tour with you, right?
Yeah.
The 50 Intimate Nights live tour.
Yeah, you know, she's amazing. I've been a fan since day one. It's just so nice to have her back. Her new album is ridiculous. And
speaking of Prince fans, she does amazing Prince work.
Yeah, no, I've seen.
Ridiculous.
I've been on. I've been side stage for about 27 shows, watching her do her thing. I throw a little bit in there for him because you know he is the guru of sound for me, the guru of music. He pretty much was the encapsulation of like every great thing that happened in the soul era, and you know with Little Richard to Jimi Hendrix, he just sort of absorbed all that, and he gave us he was that link from his time for all of us to continue on with the tradition of soul. So that's why he's one of my most special ones.
Yes, me too, love. And we lost the Queen of Soul recently.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of just soul. When you look at the legacy that somebody like Prince, Michael Jackson, those who've gone before us now already, the Queen of Soul, Aretha Franklin, the legacy that they've left behind. You've obviously done an incredible amount of work. You have a beautiful legacy. You've always been a very kind and generous and loving and somewhat private but generous person in your fame. How important is it for you to leave a legacy, and to what level do you hope to leave a legacy?
I think the people make the legacy, and we make the songs. The songs get brought in by you. The audience, the listeners react. You go with it.
Yeah.
And then the work speaks for itself. I can't ever say that I've ever known what song was going to be a hit or what wasn't going to be a hit. I just make songs, and sometimes based on the timing of its release or whatever's going on in the world, it just strikes a chord.
Sure.
And so you just bet on that as much as you can. But then for me personally, I disassociate, because I've never connected my work with who I am personally, because that keeps my mind right.
Okay.
And it keeps my ego in check.
Okay.
But as far as privacy, and I just think it's important. I think people give too much of themselves up for companies, particularly like social media companies, that do not write you a check for all that life you're giving the world for no reason. And maybe I'm 45 now, so I feel like in some ways I can't really clown around like that. No disrespect to those who do what they do, but
Just do you.
It works at 22 more than it does at 45.
Well, darling, you're doing just fine at 45.
Hey,
I just turned 48 myself. I'm rocking my grays. Gray hair don't care.
Yeah,
I earned these stripes.
You good.
Thank you.
And what's so crazy is 20-year-olds are dyeing their hair gray.
Right, I know, right?
So they're trying to get there faster than they really
I was trending before the trend.
It was trending before the trend.
With the holidays coming, with your family background, places you like to step around in the world, what do the holidays look like for you? What do you like to eat? Where are you going to be?
I mean, I'll be on the road for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'll get a chance for Christmas to do something. Halloween was a bust. I was in a hotel just watching, Haunted Hill House on Netflix.
Okay.
Which I'm obsessed with. But yeah, I do like thriller type, not just Michael Jackson thriller, because one of my favorite albums, but I do like scary movies. But yeah, I'll be on the road. Most of the band either might stay or they might go to their families, but we always have our own band crew Thanksgiving thing,
nice.
Just to give people a sense of family while they're away from theirs.
Yeah.
But my mind is completely focused on, number one, finishing this 50 nights. We're 27 shows deep.
You got this.
It hasn't been easy.
You can do it.
I'm telling you, people don't realize. They think you just magically appear in their city, but that 11-hour drive and but I'm not complaining, because it's part of what makes what we're about to release in the future work, because I always need to get the audience first before I put the record out.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting a chance to do that, and I'm excited about it.
You got us, Maxwell. As part of your audience, as part of your fan base, as part of your friend base, KBLX Nation, we love you. We got your back.
You too. You don't understand the Oakland, the Bay, the whole thing. First of all, we have 2 shows here.
Tonight and tomorrow night,
Yeah.
KBLX Nation. Tickets, KBLX.com. Tickets at the Paramount box office. Yes.
And we didn't do that in any other area.
Okay.
Even though there was areas where we could have done a second or a third or a fourth, but no disrespect to the ones that I love that we only gave 1 to. But there's something about the Bay, the fact that San Francisco and Oakland, the connection and the respect that you all have for music. For just music that's new, not following the footsteps or being formulaic. You guys go with the gut. You don't look at numbers and stats and how many followers. You're like, this feels good. My listeners check for it, then I'm gonna roll with it. That's how you make decisions, and that's what I love about coming here. So we had the rock too for you.
The Bay Area loves you, Maxwell.
I mean, I love them too. I mean, if I could live, it's funny. I was asked this question. And it slipped me, and I know it's gonna look like I'm brown nosing, but I'm not.
Say it.
I love this area.
Say it.
When you ride over the bridge and you just see how but it's very city too, because I'm from Brooklyn. So there's city vibe, and then there's this amazing sense of nature at the same time. And people are just lighthearted, but they're not punks though. You know, there's like a combination of feel good, be good, treat people good, but don't mess with me.
Yes.
And I kind of connect with it. You know?
Somebody said the other day, it's like radiance with a little edge of roughneck.
Absolutely, absolutely, in every sense of the word.
So KBLX, come get some of this delicious Maxwell with Marsha Ambrosius tonight at the Paramount, tomorrow night at the Paramount. They're bringing us 2 shows, tickets at kblx.com and at the Paramount Theater box office. Mwah!
No back.
Pleasure and much love to you, Mr. Maxwell.
I can't believe you and I have
Prince.
matching different albums. This came out first.
The Dirty Mind first.
And this came out afterwards. Next time I see you, I'm gonna bust out. You have to bust out 1999. I'm gonna do Purple Rain.
Okay, bet.
Cool.
Shake on it.
Okay.
All right, Maxwell's on 102.9 KBLX, number 1 for the Bay Area. I can't even. Number 1 for today's R&B and old school.
Number 1 for today's R&B and old school. WKBLX.
WKBLX? That's New York, man.
I'm sorry, KBLX. My bad. I did that on purpose. I just had to rep my name.
Oh, good. Okay. I know you got to get out to the other situations, but
yeah, there's situations.
yes, there's all kinds. But that's right.
There's situations waiting.
All the situations are waiting, but we got to get our pictures.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You want to do your
Last time I was here, you gave me a dip. You remember that?
I think so,
It was
yeah.
one of my most prized moments
Did
in
you
life.
lose it?
I'm coming over there.
Okay.
Don't tell me what we're gonna do.
You tell me which side is your best side.
My side is whatever best side.
Is this side or this side?
I think this side because the braid.
Cause you got the braid right
yes.
there. Okay.
All right. Are you now doing video still or? Okay, we got to do our prints. Hold it. Wait, turn around. Let me see your pretty face though. Turn your face that way. Hey. Can you do photos though too?
He got you though.
You go.
He's got
This your
the
photo
illest-
guy?
I mean, we got you. You want to take some images? We can send them to you like that.
Yes.
You got him. You take
What?
it. Take your images.
Me and Matt.